Konnichiwa, everyone!
Oh my god, I've heard that somewhere.
Think. Which language?
I can't.
Just think.
I don't remember.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Okay?
Okay.
The language, if you like... if you break up the word into like two parts, okay, I'll give you a hint. The first one is like... something some of our cuckoo friends look for in guys. And the second one is something you cook in. So mix them.
Bald head.
Bald head? Bald head? Nivi, what? Bald head?
And-
Who looks for a bald head?
I don't know, people.
People?
A plate?
What a bald head? Plate? This is plate? I'll tell you. It's Japanese. Konnichiwa.
Japan, how is that like?
Dude, jawline and
Oh!
time, Japan. Okay, please. Continuing. You're currently listening to The Generation Gap.
Yeah.
This is the only lighthearted podcast starring two giggly girls gathering people from different generations to discuss some not so lighthearted topics. Maybe I'm kind of like sick of your thing.
Doesn't look like I can.
Okay. Getting straight to today's topic.
What's the topic?
You're asking me as if you don't know.
I do, but like.
Say it. What's today's topic?
Insecurities.
No, we are doing this on purpose now.
Yeah.
No, but for real, today's topic is all about phobias. Ooh. Such a buzzing bee.
Busy little butterfly.
What? Me?
Yes, you.
Huh? Okay. So phobias. Nivi, I know you have the phobia of let's say frogs, tadpoles, the leaf that they sit on, and all about those mushy, slimy
Disgusting.
things.
Don't say that.
Okay, sorry, but you have a phobia of, close your ears, frogs.
What do you have then?
I have some very deep phobias,
Uh-huh.
but we'll talk about that later. But before that, let's call upon our guest for today. Guys, today we not only have 2 guests, but 3 guests!
Oh my god. Jinx.
I have to speak if you jinx me, I'm like speaking.
Go.
Okay. Our first guests, plural, is the ultimate duo. And, like, if they had to come, they had to come together. We have Romit and William, aka Romillion.
Oh my god.
Hi guys.
Oh my god. Well,
Oh my God, would you like
it's
to
a
say
pleasure
hi?
to be here, but then I do not identify as that. Although it's not the
He did not know he's
duo.
coming with William.
I would like to be Rome.
Duo.
Exactly.
Individual.
Individual.
Okay, before you guys get blabbering, let's call upon our actual good guest for today. Our second guest / third guest is a science teacher, so perfect for this topic. Please welcome Miss Vidya from Gen X.
Hey everyone!
Woo!
It's a great pleasure to be here.
Hello.
This is my first experience of any such kind with a generation like yours. So I think I'm going to have fun.
Especially you have 2 very extreme.
You have
phobias.
Romillion.
Yeah, I'm more excited
So you're,
to listen about their phobias and everything.
Oh my god. I a bit of offense taken there, but then I was hoping that people would like,
Okay.
oh my god, phobia. He has this phobia. I'm like, upset.
It's generally
do you think you
difficult to find out what phobias do boys of your age have. It's that's going to be a learning for me as well. Let's see.
So let's get into the topic then. So the topic is phobias. Before we get talking about our phobias, the first thing we need to establish. Okay. Yeah, we need to establish it. The fact that a phobia is not the same as a fear.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just go like, oh, I have the phobia of this, but it's not really a phobia, it's a fear that they have. So, according to dictionary.com, a phobia is an extreme or irrational fear of or aversion to something. So, I think I have a couple of fears, but like they are not phobias.
Birds.
Birds, yeah, kind of. But I don't have a phobia of birds. Okay, so I think I have two main phobias, but I'm not 100% sure whether they're considered to be phobias or not. But okay, let's do one thing. We all can like quickly just go ahead and name what phobia we have in the beginning itself, so that later we can go ahead and elaborate on that. So, Naveen.
Frogs.
Okay, wait. I found out like the scientific name for a lot of phobias. Let me tell you. Phobia? I said phobia.
Phobia.
Phobia of frogs.
Pronunciation.
Yeah, please. Phobia of frogs is known as ranidophobia. So you have ranidophobia. William?
Worms.
Worms. Ooh, okay. Roman?
I have two phobias. One is of clowns, and you know, like when you
Clowns?
like when you go to a swimming pool and like you look down, even though there's nothing down, I feel like there's something down, and I'm really scared that it's gonna pull me down. So like every time.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
So that's
Never heard of
why.
that. Auntie, what about you? Do you have any
Yeah, I mean,
phobias?
obviously. I can talk about two major things. One is claustrophobia. You know, I don't like being in closed rooms, closed places, small big places. I kind of get suffocation. You know, I start getting suffocating over there. The other one is very common one, acrophobia. I don't like going on top of buildings.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But yeah, these two.
I love heights.
Yeah.
Skydiving. Skydiving. I love it, meaning like, you know, I want to like go and like jump off a building for skydiving, not suicide.
the
I
Phil
can never
Bird
imagine
story.
doing that.
Phil, no. I want to do that. That
That
seems so
English
thrilling.
activity.
That's the 18th birthday plan.
A1, A2, A3.
English.
The Phil.
Please.
Bird.
Phil the skydiver. Phil the skydiver. Okay, but anyways.
Hi, Miss Chris.
Hope you're listening to this, man. But okay, anyways, my phobia. Okay, my phobia is pretty deep. Okay, don't laugh, but I kind of.
It's a very stupid phobia. To
It's
be
not
honest.
stupid. It's actually a thing. Okay, I don't know if it's a phobia because it doesn't really like terrify me as such. But I kind of have a phobia of like getting old. I mean, like getting old in the sense not like just growing up, but
She
like
means the wrinkles.
I mean, like, you know, not, meaning like not being able to do things, like, you know, like some, like, you know, once you get really old, some people they can't do anything, like they have to just sit and do like nothing and just that kind of scares me. Like I don't want to do that. Wait, I found the name of that. That's called I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Gerascophobia.
Jurassicophobia.
I think I have
Sounds
that.
like the second installation
It's
of
scary.
Jurassic Park. I don't know why though.
How is William so quiet? I feel
Very
like
suspicious. Okay, now second segment.
segment 2. Now that we know what your phobias are, let's get to like the causes and effects. So let's have story time, guys. We want to know how
story time.
Story time. we want to know how you all develop these phobias. So first we'll talk about the causes and then we'll go on to the symptoms of these phobias. So who wants to go first? How did you develop whichever phobia you all just mentioned?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay,
I'll go first.
Okay, William.
Okay, so
Go
like
ahead, go
I'll
ahead.
tell you what. Okay, I was like I think 5 or something. I gone to this park in the playground. I was just playing with sand, you know, normal kid things. I got my sandcastle stuff for making. Okay, I was digging, and there was this like whole farm of worms there. It was all so concentrated and all there. They were all red and so big. It was so yuck. Ew. I just wanted to like vanish
Yuck.
at that point.
Yuck.
And like I just washed my hands like 1,000 times.
I can imagine William going like,
What? It was really, really like.
outrageous. Were you like, I'm going to sue you or something?
Oh my god,
I'm
please.
pretty
I
capable
thought
of
like
that.
I'm gonna like die and they're gonna become like snakes and just gonna come and bite me, you know? It was so.
His hand actions are legendary. Like, oh my god. I can imagine like William at that point going like, oh my
To be
god.
honest,
how
I
could
did
you?
gasp, but like at the same time, I just started running, okay?
I can't imagine.
We know you
like-
too well.
I know, right? I can't even imagine like, but I can't imagine like a younger version of William going like. Okay. Anyway, okay, who wants to go next?
Me.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
Yours I know. Yours is very funnily. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
but mine happened in school. So there was this girl in my class. She got like a toy, okay, which was like a frog, and when you like pull the tail of the toy, it will like jump. And then like when I came to school, they showed
This was
me.
in 5th grade, by the way.
Yeah. When I came to school, like in registration, they showed me. Then I was like, okay, whatever.
That time she didn't have the phobia.
Yeah. Then it was maths period. I clearly remember.
The period wherein in 5th grade, the only child who used to actually listen with me, these all people used to go and party at the back.
Okay, but what was I saying?
Yeah, they in maths period.
Yeah. So I had gone to the washroom, and when I came back, I opened my pouch, and the frog was inside my pouch.
And it was like a jump scare for her.
Yeah, and I got so scared. I started crying at the back of the class, and no one even.
No one saw you crying.
People saw me crying, but they
I
were
think
like,
I didn't see you.
okay,
I
whatever,
didn't see
moving
you.
on. No one likes this girl.
No, but it's scarred you quite a bit because even now you're like having a phobia of it. It's a proper phobia because you're literally like terrified of like. I remember it was in our we were in bio when we were learning about like the
Oh God, yeah.
classification system, and then ma'am's PPT was on the screen, and then she showed a picture of a frog under amphibians, and then Nivi started like on the spot, like she was like gonna break down.
And even in Eureka, there was like this frog Yeah.
Dissected, no?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you and like few other people, they were like scaring me, and I was like,
No, there was this one point where you couldn't even like if someone even said the word frog near you, you would like panic.
yeah. Oh my God, Green Planet. We saw so many.
Oh my
frogs
god,
in
yeah,
Green
those
Planet.
orange, red kind of poisonous dart frogs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is so difficult.
Green Planet was like
Okay.
a different experience overall. It was very eye-opening for me in a way. That was just a
To be honest,
very,
I
very-
wasn't that scared there. Like, if there was a worm, that I'd probably like kill myself. Like, I was like, oh my god, please. But
Kill myself.
okay, not kill myself, but like
Dead.
all the things that they were like fine to me. I think.
It was just that segment where like they told us to touch like the bugs, the huge cockroaches and everything.
Yeah, the
That-
Australian cockroach. Yeah, I remember the name. Yeah.
Wait, we
I
touched
know.
a snake.
Yeah.
right?
Our teacher was touching a snake. Like students are not allowed to do those kind of things.
No, but-
then our teacher
No,
was
I
touching
touched
the
the
snake.
snake.
And our teacher was pretty chill. So she's like, girls, you guys want to come? We're like, yes. And then we went, and then we had like photo shoot session.
But for us was very different. Like the snake, like us as boys were very irresponsible. Like I was okay. Like I touched it the normal way.
No,
then
nothing's
they were
changed.
like there were like other boys. They pulled like the skin of the snake, and like it wasn't doing anything. But they just like pulled it little bit, and the teacher's like,
Yeah, it was
no,
kind
no,
of
no, no,
disgusting
no.
to see that.
What are
actually.
you doing?
Like people pull the skin, but like the skin felt kind of smooth. I was expecting like some rough skin.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
like
kind
when
of smooth.
Okay,
to be honest.
guys.
I
We're not
know.
getting into the details of a snake now. Yeah. Ramit, you want to explain how you developed your
Okay,
phobia
so
of
about
clowns?
my
And the other one was
phobia
the
of
pool.
clowns,
the
it
pool.
started basically with the clown music. So like you know the clown music, right? The
Pennywise.
no, it didn't start with that. I was like 7-8 years old. The music of the clown, like that tone, like it
You
didn't
mean that
scare me as
trumpet
much.
thing, right? Like where they like.
Yeah,
play
and then suddenly like I never visited
they
like
understand
the
each other.
place of the clown or whatever. But I used to like in my dreams I used to figure like, oh my god, it's so scary. They're coming up close to you, doing magic tricks. Their weird makeup, like all of a sudden I just got scared, and it was just I was like, oh my god, clowns is terrifying.
But at least you can like.
Uh,
Are you okay with like seeing pictures of clowns
Oh.
and stuff? Because you remember one of
I-
our friends, she now she can like
Yeah.
listen to the word clown, but before even just saying it or something, it used to like
No,
really like get
well,
very
at first, yeah, it was fine. But what made it worse was like I learned like a case of a serial killer that used to dress up as a clown and kill children, and that used to make me feel like, oh my god, that can happen to me one day. So
I
that
think
made
too
it
much of
worse.
TV
And then the
watching.
second phobia. No, it was just like it just came. No, miss. It was just like it. You know that infographic show thing they used to tell like, oh the
Ah, yeah.
so
infographic,
those type
yeah,
of like because it was animated in a way, so I said, so oh interesting. So that's what I was thinking. Like, yeah. Then after that,
The pool thing? What about the pool
yeah, the
thing?
pool thing. Well, at first I used to never have swimming experience. Then after that, I started like with the ocean and everything. Well, you know, in Dubai it's very different to other places. So, one time my mother, like, she got stinged by a jellyfish, and I got scared. So even thinking that it can happen here, so what happens if I go to like other places, and even in a swimming pool same thing can happen to me, even though it sounds bizarre, but then I feel like that can actually happen to me. So that, it just makes me weird in a way, but I like it, I don't know.
No, but yeah, I get it. I mean, these small things actually can develop really intense phobias.
Okay,
Auntie,
now,
what about you?
y'all really told the stories very well. Huh? I mean, you just introduced me as a science teacher. I'm very to the point always. So, just to put it very short, talking about heights, I think I really don't remember exactly when I started or having this phobia, but all I remember is, you know, from our younger age, childhood, our parents used to always tell us, don't go there, you will fall down, you will fall down. You know, it's like a balcony or something. So we were always, I was born and brought up in Bombay. Mumbai now, so we were always told that don't go there, don't go there, you know, you will fall down. Maybe that kind of set of fear inside, and it grew up. So even I realized it much when I came to Dubai for the first time, and I was on the 13th floor. Or from the 13th floor looking down was a challenge for me. And Nitin was just 1 year old. Yeah. Nitin was
So was
only
that when
1
you,
year
like,
old, and I
realized?
was protecting him as well. So both of us never went to the balcony. So it was like that. But yeah, now it's fine. I kind of make sure if I'm in a house, I'm not more than 4 stories or 5 stories. Beyond that, no. But that's what is more about phobia. But when we talk about the other phobia, you know, inside the room, that again is because I always love people around me. I cannot be alone. So there was these kind of situations where we were left alone because of whatever reasons, you know. And then I started developing the fear, like how Romit said. No, I like watching these crime serials and all that. Even today I do that in a free time. So I was like, oh, somebody's going to come. He's you know, kill you, whatever, all those kind of things. So I still don't like staying alone in you know, in a closed room. Even now in the morning when I'm supposed to take online classes, what do I do is I open all my windows, doors, and you know, I speak at a louder volume so that I know that I'm around. But I always have my windows and doors
Even
open,
like when
and
I'm
I
at
ensure
home,
that, you
like-
know, I have some background noise assisting me that okay, there are people around me. I think that's it. Yeah.
You know, something about you said about your like parents and everyone just saying that you shouldn't go to heights, you'll fall and stuff. I feel like parents sometimes can unintentionally develop phobias. I mean, I'm not saying this applies to me, but
Yeah,
I have
same.
seen this from my cousin. Okay, my cousin brother, now he's still pretty young. He's like 4 or 5, and when he was very small, like okay, he's still very small, but when he was younger, okay, this is there. I don't know if it's there for all of y'all, but in my family at least, for most children, there's like a ghost that exists for every child. For example, like my ghost's name was Koya. Don't ask me what Koya means. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means, but like, you know, I don't have any memory of this, but my parents and my brother have told me that like if you wouldn't eat food or something, they just go like, eat fast otherwise Koya will come, and then I'll just like start gobbling up my food. So every child has like some kind of a ghost in at least
You
my household. I
either
don't
that's
know
a
if it's
ghost
weird
or
what.
some scary
But,
person actually.
Well,
Yeah, some
Well,
scary
for
nature,
me-
yeah, like you had Grease Man.
Yeah, for me, when I was small, like my parents and my sister, they used to scare me with like,
Grease man.
so basically they used to take me out, and I kind of remember this. They used to point at the coconut tree and be like, "Oh, Grease Man is there. Eat your food."
Grease, guys,
Grease.
Grease. Yeah, wait. So I was saying, so for him, okay, for my cousin brother, he has this other. Okay, if I say the name, you'll won't really understand because it's in my language. But it's like a snake man, like a snake monster man. That's the exact translation of it. And his phobia developed when he came to Dubai. So he came to our house for like a vacation, and he was like very, very problematic, and he was troubling his parents a lot and stuff. And then my dad and his parents collectively just like ganged up on him and then created this random creature called the Snake Monster Man. And he became so scared that to the extent like if the lights are off and we both are playing, he's still like he'll run away wherever there is lights or something because he's always so scared of it. Now he's like kind of getting rid of that because we don't let anyone use the word ghost around him. But so that's a very unintentional way, but ultimately it is kind of because of the parents and the phobias.
Sometimes they have to do it just to have some kind of control or discipline in the child or whatever. I think they do it for that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
as a
but then-
parent, I
even
never
for me,
used
like, it
it.
didn't-
I mean, I never had a chance to use it with Nitin. That's what I would say. I
You had a
haven't very
disciplined
Well-
child.
I don't have to tell him eat, do this, and all that. He's on his own. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like it also depends from person to person because, like, for me, I mean, I don't think it was a very dominant ghost or something that they like kept telling me about because I don't remember anything about it, so it didn't sit with me. But probably like my cousin brother, he's another level of trouble, so it comes pretty often for him, and he's also kind of sensitive with these things, so maybe it like scarred him
Well-
quite a bit, at least at the bit. At the time, he was pretty young and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Also about my phobia of getting old, I don't know how I developed it.
I remember it was like a sleeper one. We were just talking. You were like, I'm scared of getting old. I was like, okay then.
Not getting old, like, okay, I'm going to become 15 now. I'm not scared of that. I'm scared of that point, reaching that point wherein I'm like useless, sitting, and I can't do anything.
Because Ruhi's a very active person.
Touch wood.
Touch wood.
Touch wood.
Um,
But yeah, I can't imagine like just. Okay, I did not say this before, but I kind of even have the phobia of like failure.
Yeah.
now,
It's not like
Yes.
I
I feel like mine is not like it's not generally just about what do you call it? It's not like just
Exam.
exams or like tests, but failure in like life, like not being where I want to be or something like that. That kind of
I think
stuff.
everybody has that
yeah.
actually in
And I
general.
wouldn't term that as a phobia. I think that's something that a human being is difficult to accept him. It's very difficult. Whatever said and done, the level of victory differs though. Like a person would say, getting a first rank or even clearing an exam. So the levels would differ, but I think that exists with everyone. Whatever it is, failure is defined in different ways. So I think that's there. I think you should never make it a phobia, Karna. If you make it a phobia, you'll never be successful.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a phobia
Because
it's not like something
phobia
that,
starts
doesn't let me
haunting
sleep
you.
or
So
something,
failure
but then,
should
like,
never start haunting you. You should take it up as a
Yeah.
challenge to do further.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing. This is something. It's like a fear that's actually kind of good in a way because it'll push you to like work hard not to
correct,
encounter that. Yeah.
although it's pushing you, you should always try to remember to push yourself in a right way. Like, I mean, the fear of failure can make you
correct.
do
Yeah,
like
very correct.
Don't
very
overexert the
weird. Like,
pressure.
it can give you some thoughts in your mind. Like, okay, I cannot do this. I have to do something. No, you should push yourself.
yeah,
Like,
correct,
okay, today I have to do this. I don't want to fail in this. Okay, so I'll try practicing from now on. So, of course, there are different levels to it. So you should never go to the highest level that I must not fail. I must not fail. It's okay. Failure in life is one step closer to success.
Yeah, of
It's
course,
normal. It's
everyone
natural,
has to encounter it at some point, and I know that. But that kind of is like scary to me. But thanks for the advice, Rohit.
Well wisher.
Okay, wait. What about the symptoms of phobias? Symptoms. Like, what are the effects that phobias can have? So, because I feel like both my phobias, which aren't really, I think, like phobias, I don't experience any symptoms as such now, but I feel like from the people around me I've seen. Also, about the thing about birds, right? It's not a phobia, it's a fear that I developed because
During
of
the
a very long
ICT exam.
SSC exam, which I shall not narrate now because
Yeah.
Long story.
disgusting. But yeah. Anyways, symptoms.
Yeah,
So,
so-
from the people around me, I've seen. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so symptoms or effects as such. Well, for the clowns, most people that I talk to, well, almost doctor, they say like, oh wow, like the circus is so fun, it's so nice. Well, if I experience that, I feel like I'm actually gonna be so scared, which I am still. And the effects of like the swimming pool and stuff and everything, that is very scary because I can't swim the way I really want to. Because I feel like if some
Oh, so kind of like.
well
But do you go
I
swimming or
I
you
go
can't
swimming,
go
but like
swimming? You
with
scared?
my height, I like swimming like 6 foot like deep, but I can't because I don't like swimming until I like feel the floor. Okay, I'm actually standing on it. That's fine. So there are some effects like I've gotten bruises on my knees and everything because of that. So it does affect my body in a way.
So like, yeah, it can even like cause people to like miss out on things. So my brother, he's gonna kind of kill me for saying this, but he kind of has a phobia of heights. He doesn't want to admit it, but he does. He admitted it, then he denies it, whatever. He kind of has a phobia of
He
heights.
sent it like on
Yeah, on Instagram also. But then okay, so he kind of has a phobia of heights too. So, but he has this dream of like going skydiving for his supposedly 18th birthday, but he already became 18. But like he wants to go skydiving one day, and that's kind of like, skydiving, not liking heights doesn't go hand in hand. But I think that's a good thing because like he'll try to overcome his phobia when he wants to get there, when he wants to
I think
Go
there are two
skydiving.
aspects of it. When you talk about effects, you decide whether you want to get affected or not. I think that comes with age and maturity, because what happens is, for example, you know that this is going to really bother you. It's going to scare you. I think with maturity, you tend to stay away from it, and then you enjoy that bit of it rather than getting disturbed. But at a younger age, which is of your age, you would say no. You get someone who's going for skydiving, then you would say, oh, why not? I should also be able to do it. But at my age, it's different. I said, oh no, I'm not interested because I don't like it.
Okay, another point I want to like say, which I came across when I was researching, is this concept of complex phobias. Do you guys know what complex phobias are?
I
No? Okay, so this is what complex phobias are basically. Okay, I'll read what I found. Okay, researchers currently believe complex phobias are caused by a combination of life experiences, brain chemistry, William, you should know
Brain
this,
chemistry.
and genetics. So it is needed. Okay, so basically they're the more extreme phobias, basically things that like people get traumatized about and stuff like that, which can
Yeah.
it's like the complete extreme of phobias. Do you guys know
I
anyone
can
who
give
has
you an
Extreme.
incident that I read today in the
Extreme as
newspaper.
in-
Now, this is what I can think about. Now, I just read this news that there was this a young youth, 18, 19 years old in India, who was tested positive. Okay, and he had some kidney failure. So he was so scared of the infection and the death. I don't know what made him. He jumped from the 4th floor.
Oh
I just read this
Oh,
and I
I've
was
heard
like,
about that.
just because he was tested positive, he jumped from the 4th floor. The newspaper said so, so I'm just going with those lines. He jumped from the 4th floor. He's something. If he's scared of death, then how can he jump from the 4th floor? So it's a little irony for me when I read that news. But then that's something that I can think about complex phobia, because you don't know what you're doing. So I think we should not develop anything such level. You should not take it to that level of we should talk to people.
I think
and it's
Yeah.
important, like people.
Probably
I think I-
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
they
People
would
around
need
you
some help.
you should like
Yeah, some kind of
Exactly,
medical
yeah.
help,
Even like
psychological help.
not only. Yeah. For complex phobias, therapy is like
Yeah.
very much needed.
Yeah.
Therapy,
And
medical
I
advice.
it's also
And
one
also
more
it's
thing
very-
is like people of young age. I mean, in schools I see. Like I can tell you, being a teacher for the year 11s and A levels at the age, there are these kind of I wouldn't call that as bullying because they don't do it on purpose. But there are these kind of talks and these kind of conversations which leads people to get some kind of a fear. And honestly speaking, that's the age when you talk about. That's exactly the age when you are going to be an adult, which you would be in another couple of years. But at that age, what is set in as a fear is very difficult to go off, because that's the age when you start accepting things. You are in the age of accepting the world that time, as a student, as a professional who wants to do something in life. All that happens in that particular age. So that time, so as friends, remember this always when you're talking to people or when you see someone, you read their face and you try to understand that what we are saying disturbs them. I think you should try a different route of not speaking that harsh way or not speaking at all of that context. Try not to develop that kind of a fear, because that never goes.
So
Yeah, so you
So, like,
That's very true.
and an example like what Auntie said is like the current talks right now about COVID.
yeah.
I mean, the cases in India. Like, I mean, if your relatives are in India, then your parents or like aunt or uncles are talking about this, you start getting scared. Like, 350,000
Yeah.
cases
And like
per
about the
day.
oxygen thing too, like there's a
It's a very
deficiency of
depressing topic.
oxygen
Actually,
in
it can
India.
like a lot
Many
of people
stories
just-
have been heard, like
Yeah,
people are
very
dying on
different.
the
thing
streets
is that
and
you should
everything.
Not think
So
about it that much.
What you say is right, Rohi, but
very,
you know
like,
what
bad.
Rohit
It
says,
is-
I can tell you that I am a very positive person. Whoever speaks to me, I say, don't worry, we're going to come, get out of this phase. It's going to change. I speak to my students like that, to my family, to anyone. But I'll tell you what, now my in-laws, like my husband's parents who are with us, have gone to India. They are there, and now when the cases go up, this fear has started settling. What Rohit says is correct. I mean, Rohit says is absolutely right. It's when your own people are there, and that I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
it is
why did I send them there? They should have been here. They'll be more safer. All those thoughts do come in. So I think we are dominated by the society and their thoughts. So it's difficult to ignore, but as you say, if we ignore it, yeah, good for us. Yeah,
It's good if you can.
But our
But-
news channels doesn't allow us.
but
to
the
do
problem with
Exactly.
Oh my god, okay. I don't think I can say the news channel, but my dad, every night he has to listen to this one very, very terrible news channel, which
Does it start with a W?
no, I shall not say it because I don't know if it's like okay, because yeah, but then it's a very, very bad thing because they show only negative things, they exaggerate things, and I don't know why. He has an addiction now that he cannot stop, and my mom and I get so annoyed at him for doing that, but he'll continue. He can't stop. He incessantly listens to when he's walking to his car, in his car, when he's coming back from office, before sleeping. I'm like, just
but-
leave it alone.
Yeah, my dad, he was also saying like he has a friend who lives in India, and my dad was like asking how the situation and all this, and he's like, it's not like how the media portrays it. It is
Oh my
bad,
god,
but like not
my
bad.
father and grandfather, they're like completely opposite. They're like the media is hiding stuff is much worse, And because I think it's most people
Well-
like my grandfather who watches this one news channel, this origin news channel. They're like, it's gonna last for a very long time and all that. Like it's so.
Yeah,
5 years, 5 years. Everyone like
I read
gonna
it
last
And
for 5
that's-
years.
2025. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Another 3 years
And
of
that's-
online, I
Yeah.
can't do it.
and that's the problem with
No, we can't.
That's-
I can't like.
that's
please,
almost-
I don't want
Man,
online
that'd be
graduation.
so
and all.
sad.
Oh, why do you think it would?
well, that's the basic problem of media almost, because because of the way they like add the music and then they just take pictures of that thing and then makes it weird. Yeah, then the specialists come in. Yeah.
Alright, so we're coming to an end. Segment 3.
We know, Ruhi, I know what you're gonna say. It's time to ask our Insta followers.
Do you have a problem, Nidhi?
Yeah.
Don't have one.
Oh my god, y'all have my line. You can stop copying me, relax.
Inspired by William, copyright, sorry. Okay, so we did ask our Insta followers to drop in any phobias that they have. So let's see what they had to say. We're gonna take any 2. So Nidhi, what's the first one you want to talk about?
First one is phobia of talking to girls.
Phobia of talking to girls. So I think that's a phobia that some people can have now because of social anxiety and a lot of peer
I mean,
pressure. But that's an
I
interesting.
think that
To be
phobia
honest,
is like
I think that shouldn't exactly like be there, to be honest. like in the world, what are you gonna do?
You can't tell him like don't have
What-
a phobia.
Not,
for
it's not
this.
like that, but like you should at least try to like not have, because like in the world, if
It's easier said than done, William.
I
It's
mean,
easier said than
I-
done.
Even first when I saw you, I was like, oh no, William.
I mean, you can say that as a
Okay.
social phobia. You can say a social
Yeah.
phobia.
I would call it
Yeah.
more of a social
Yeah,
phobia
social
rather
phobia,
than
correct.
saying.
just
But it's like
girls.
it's like specifically
Because
for
if
girls.
if you have
Kind of.
if
I
you're like
think
It's a very I feel like it's a very it can have very bad impact if it doesn't go away, because you can't really live without interacting with the opposite
This
gender.
happens
I mean,
mainly
everywhere
for
you
children
kind of
who
have to.
with my experience, who have been in a not in a co-ed. They're all completely a boys' school, completely a girls' school, which is very common back in India. Most of the
Yeah.
schools now it is okay. Earlier when
Yeah.
we studied and all
Yeah.
that, so that time there was this I would say hesitation talking to someone and.
Yeah. And also it's social
and
stigmas.
what the society would say if I talk to a girl, if I talk to a boy. I think those govern them more to develop the phobia.
Yeah.
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 Actually, that's correct, because I asked this person, like, you have a phobia of girls, and then he is like, yeah, because online I can talk to them, but like in real life I can't.
I think it's the fact.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the next one that we got is a fear of small holes. So it's called
Trypophobia. Oh my god, please, yes, even I have that.
I
shit.
mean-
It
My
is
mom
so
has this too.
disgusting to look. Like if you look at a honeybee comb or something, and all those bees, all of them there, it's kind of disgusting to look at. I
Well,
can't.
That's
That
kind of related to my
Well,
birds one.
the problem of this
don't ever think of searching trypophobia on Google.
no,
Oh my god.
the problem
pictures
of
that
this
come up.
the problem
My
of
mom
this
has that phobia too.
So what about sponges? Does it like trigger the phobia? Because I mean, if you look at sponges, it does
Sponges,
have.
I don't think you can really see the holes too much on a sponge.
It depends,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know.
not sure.
Imagine having a phobia of SpongeBob.
Well, you know,
On that funny note, let's bring an end to this episode of the Generation Gap. I said it. Okay, but hope you guys had a blast. A big thank you to all our 3 guests today. You guys were fantastic, very sweet. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I
like
enjoyed.
this-
Thank you.
as
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
taking William's
Bye,
exact
y'all.
words, taking William exact words, I'll say bye, y'all. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, wait, Nivi, complete your outro.
If you like this episode, please make sure to follow us here on Spotify and check out our Instagram page at
The official Gen Gap.
Yeah.
Official. Okay.
for weekly interaction to be part of our 3rd question segment.
Please show some love on our YouTube channel too.
Thank
Thank you
you
and
and
have
have
a
a
wonderful
wonderful
day.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank you.